Ever wondered just how fresh those coffee beans in your pantry really are? Well, you don't need a fancy lab to find out. One of the easiest ways to test coffee freshness at home involves nothing more than hot water, ground coffee, and your own two eyes. That's where the magic of the coffee bloom comes in. This video will guide you through a simple step-by-step experiment you can conduct right in your kitchen to visually evaluate the freshness of your coffee beans by observing the bloom strength. It's a perfect activity for all you curious home baristas out there. When hot water makes its first contact with freshly ground coffee beans, the carbon dioxide or CO2 that was trapped inside during the roasting process is rapidly released. This sudden escape of gas manifests as those lively bubbles and a noticeable swelling of the coffee bed, what we call the bloom. The more active and vigorous this bloom is, the fresher your coffee is likely to be. On the flip side, if your coffee is stale and has already released most of its CO2, you'll likely witness a very weak bloom, if any at all. Here's what you'll need for your at-home coffee freshness experiment. 2 different types of coffee beans. Ideally, one you know is freshly roasted and another that's a bit older, a coffee grinder, a kitchen scale, hot water around 200 degrees Fahrenheit or 93 degrees Celsius, 2 clear glasses or cups so you can easily observe the bloom. Alright, let's get started with the experiment. First, grind your beans. You want to grind both coffee samples to the same medium coarse consistency. This ensures a fair comparison. Next, measure your grounds. Weigh out 10 grams of coffee for each of your clear glasses or cups. Now pour hot water. Simultaneously pour 20 grams of your hot water over each coffee sample. Try to pour at the same rate and in a similar manner. And now the crucial part, observe the bloom. Watch both cups closely for the next 30 to 45 seconds. Pay attention to the amount of bubbling, any puffing or swelling of the coffee bed, and any overall movement. Here's what your observations might indicate about the freshness of your coffee. Strong bubbling and swell. This is a great sign. It strongly suggests that your coffee is freshly roasted and still contains a significant amount of trapped carbon dioxide. Mild bloom, fewer bubbles. A less vigorous bloom with fewer bubbles indicates that your coffee is a bit older and has likely released some of its carbon dioxide. No movement at all. If you see little to no bubbling or swelling, it's likely that your coffee is stale or may have been improperly stored, causing it to lose most of its carbon dioxide. Here's a bonus tip. Take a moment to smell both coffee samples during the bloom. Fresh coffee will often release a much stronger and more aromatic fragrance compared to older coffee. To take this experiment a step further, consider creating a mini tasting journal. You can rate the bloom activity on a simple scale of 1 to 5. Note the roast date of each coffee if you have that information. Record any differences you notice in the aroma released during the bloom and the color of the grounds. You can even repeat this experiment with different roast levels, light, medium, and dark, to observe how bloom strength can vary across different roasts of similar freshness. Understanding and actively testing the coffee bloom is a fantastic way to become a more confident and informed home barista. This fun and simple experiment not only teaches you a valuable lesson about coffee freshness, but also trains your eyes, your nose, and your overall intuition for brewing better coffee in the future. So, go ahead, grab a couple of different bags of beans from your pantry and run your own little coffee freshness lab. Your next cup might just be your best one yet, thanks to your newfound bloom detective skills.